I mentioned the Herman's Hermits, the Hollies,
Yeah.
and the Yardbirds were three of my favorites, and I knew those songs.
My favorites too.
Yeah. And you know, they were quite different bands.
Yeah.
But did you write songs for them, or did it just get lucky and they?
A combination of both, really. For Your Love, I just wrote as a song, and it eventually got to the Yardbirds. But Heartful of Soul, their follow-up to that, I wrote for them. And the same with the Hollies as well. Look Through Any Window, there was a song that I wrote, and they recorded it, and then they said, have you got any other songs? And I wrote Bus Stop with them in mind.
What was it about those songs that you had them in mind for? And even Heartful of Soul, how did you know that that would work for the Yardbirds?
Because I'd seen the Yardbirds playing in Manchester, and I sort of fell in love with them. I saw them originally when Eric Clapton was with them, and they were really my kind of band, and I was inspired to write for them. And the same with the Hollies, one of the most dynamic, fantastic vocal, bands of all time. And so I didn't know them, but with my friends, we used to go and watch bands every weekend in Manchester. Manchester was a great place to be growing up, to listen to bands, because there were so many venues for people to play in. And I also was lucky because of the era that I was growing up in, surrounded by such great music and inspiration.
What were some of the inspiration? Of course, now that you're in a Hall of Fame, that I'm sure had a lot of them.
Well, as I said in my speech, a lot of the guys many of the people that are in the Hall of Fame inspired me. People like Jimmy Webb, Bacharach and David, Billy Joel, Paul Simon, a lot of American songwriters, as well as the Beatles. I have to say the Beatles were the greatest influence of all.
But now you mentioned people like Paul Simon, Jimmy Webb, but didn't they kind of come after you? Well, I guess
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Not really. I mean, well, they came. Some of them came at the same time, so they were. If I want to go back to my early inspirations, they're still American. I mean, people like the Everly Brothers, Buddy Holly, Eddie Cochran, Chuck Berry, a whole mix of people, and of course in Britain there was people like Lonnie Donegan, Cliff Richard and the Shadows, and then the Beatles.
Of course, you were a singer and an artist as well.
Yeah.
Now, you were in the Mindbenders?
Very, very briefly. My connection with the Mindbenders is minute.
But 10cc is something else.
Well, that came out of my friendship with Eric Stewart, who was in the Mindbenders. Myself, Kevin Godley and Lol Cream used to rehearse at the same club in Manchester, so we knew each other, and it all kind of fell together.
What are you working on nowadays?
Well, I'm still touring with the 10cc band. I'm the only original member, but two of the boys have been with the band from the mid-70s. I'm also doing a show on my own, actually it's not my own, featuring all the songs most of the songs I've written over the past five decades. I can't believe I'm saying that, 5 decades.
Well, and this is the 50th anniversary in America, of course, of the British invasion, which makes this award, I think, especially timely, if not rewarding for me, that's for sure.
I also put a new solo album out recently called Love and Work, and some of the songs that I feature in this acoustic show are from that as well. So it's a 10cc songs, new songs, the Hollies, Yardbirds, and various other bits and pieces.
That CD is out?
Yeah, that's right. You can buy it on Amazon.